the infamous Pokimane. Man, for everybody who's tuning in, I appreciate it. But she's been under a lot of flack lately, if you're not aware, just from just all sorts of stuff, man. False copyright claiming for other people's content. Just tweets that she's made, her responding, her trying to get her sponsors on, or trying to get sponsors removed from It's a Gundam's video. There's been a whole like slew of different things. So I just saw yesterday before I went to bed, she came out with an apology video. So I don't know. I'm not really, I guess to preface this going into it, when it comes to Pokimane, I just never really, I was never really bothered by the stuff she did. Yeah, there's obviously a disparity between, you know, her and her special treatment and like other streamers. But I don't know. I just feel like there's way worse people to talk about. But we're going to react to it anyways, man. Like I said, I have a very open mind going into this. So I'll just kind of break down what I see as I'm watching this. All right, let's get it.
Everyone, I hope you're doing well. This video is to address recent comments and criticisms that I've received. I know this video is long overdue, and I planned a vacation for around this time, but I honestly should not have taken any time off prior to acknowledging or addressing or apologizing for these things. Not only that, but I should have properly apologized when the incidents actually occurred. It shouldn't have taken me this long to come to a proper understanding of how to handle these situations and how to apologize for that. But I hope that I can do that today. So I have a list of topics I want to address.
Okay, cut edit.
And I'll go through them one by one. There are certain things that I want to give my perspective on, and also some things that I need to apologize for. So I hope that you can watch the video in its entirety and form your own opinions. Firstly, there was an incident back at the end of 2018 where me and Keemstar had an argument over Twitter, and a YouTuber by the name of Boblox took screenshots of these tweets and then uploaded them kind of as an archive on YouTube. And at the time, my MCN told me that because they are screenshots of my tweets, that I can have the video taken down. And Keemstar had deleted his tweets. I didn't want the drama to snowball into something more, and I honestly regretted even starting an argument in the first place. So I agreed, and the video is taken down.
All right, I'm gonna pause this real quick. This is why it's so important as not just like a content creator, but just somebody being on the internet, how important it is to like watch what the hell you say, because anything you say can and will be used against you. Literally, dude. Like, you have to think Pokimane is literally the biggest female streamer like in the world. So she's top dog. Like, she can't be getting into like video arguments with other people. I know Keemstar is an asshole anyway, so he's his own thing. But anything you feed towards him in particular, he's literally a tabloid, dude. He's literally a living tabloid. So like, you arguing with him was just a bad idea in the first place. So yeah, it's just kind of, it's goofy, dude. Whatever. Next thing though.
This was my mistake because at the time I didn't consider the fairness of leaving that video up, as well as not properly understanding the fair use defense when it comes to transformative content. So when this happened, Boblox was understandably upset. Once I saw his tweets and comments regarding the situation and how he felt, I messaged him privately and we tried to resolve things in DMs. Later on, in January of 2019, other people had heard of the situation without knowing that I had approached Boblox privately and that we had spoken about it. So it became a much larger, more public issue.
Pokimane. She striked this video called Keemstar versus Pokimane.
Shit, I think my persona's playing in the background. Hold on a second, y'all. Sorry, I had my persona playing in the background, dude. I think it was playing through. My bad, y'all.
Videos together and uploaded on YouTube. So basically, this Twitter drama became an even bigger drama thanks to the YouTube algorithm. So in a way, I can understand why you want to take down this video, but the problem here is that you're just drawing more attention to it.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
frankly, my apology at the time was not very good, or was not good enough, period. So I just want to reiterate that I'm sorry for taking down that video, and since then I have not taken down any videos like that, and I've genuinely tried to learn from my mistake. Alongside this,
Oh shoot. The weird thing about her like facial expression, man, I'm not no facial expression expert, but if you're reading like body language and just like just look at her, it just seems very like cold. Like she just put a mask on. It just kind of he's just talking. You know, I don't know. It doesn't. We'll keep going. We'll keep going.
there's another incident that I frequently see people use clips of, where I'm talking to someone about having their video removed.
Anyways, I'll be taking down some of your videos, but yeah, I just hope you stop doing this.
And I would just like to add in some additional context prior to discussing this situation.
That was pretty douchey. I remember this.
Pokimane pregnant.
Dude, this actually in the video.
Pokimane twerk live on stream. So why do you do this? When you make these videos and you like talk about my butt or me being pregnant or whatever, and you know it's like all fake, or you know
No,
that
I
you're
don't
trying to
actually.
use like
No, it's just a clickbait in the fucking title.
yeah, how does it like why do you falsely
It's
clickbait?
clickbait.
Yo, this was the easiest clickbait, bro. Do I sound mean?
Yes, that's why I'm trying to talk to you.
So as you can see, this person was re-uploading my content or my stream, but then adding really inappropriate, sexual, gross, or just misleading titles. And I had some of these sorts of videos taken down back then, but only because they were my content or my stream re-uploaded. Unfortunately, this has led to people assuming that I take down videos of people criticizing me.
Behind the scenes, she actively tries to censor the internet. And by the
So what I thought was silly about that situation though was that I actually kind of understand like where this is. I actually kind of understand her on this one. I don't know if she's in her legal rights to do this though, but like I'd be kind of mad too. I don't know. It's a mixed bag. It's a mixed bag. If someone's taking your content, right, and then literally just copy and pasting it, and then they're making money off of it. But at the same time, it's been shown that when you do stuff like this, it promotes the viewer a lot more. Like, yeah, the over sexualization is pretty weird, and like it's definitely a weird feeling. But you think Pokimane doesn't know that like people already over sexualize her anyways? So I feel like it's not much different than what's already around, you know. So if anything, it kind of puts more viewers in her pocket, even though she already has a massive audience anyways. So I kind of see both sides on this one. I think it was douchey for him to bring him up and like talking and whatnot. So I just thought that was just kind of weird, dude. I don't know. I wasn't a fan. Yo, what's up, Pog, man? We're just reacting to the Pokimane video. Yeah, we popped this on the tube.
internet, I mean anything negative about her. People have made videos about her and she's copyright strike them. The list goes on and on. If you make a video that is negative about her, she's gonna try to gun you.
Copyright claiming on YouTube is used as censorship, and for Pokimane, this seems to be the case a lot of the time.
This is something that I've never done. If someone puts in the time and effort it takes to create a video where they're talking about me, regardless of how positive or negative it is, or if they use clips of me, that is very clearly transformative content, and I would never take down content like that. The other incidents were a bit more complicated because it was situations where people were re-uploading content of mine or something that I put out there. Regardless, I still handled those situations badly, and I regret the way that I handled them, and I'm sorry for the way that I handled them. But I just want to make it really clear that I fully...
But, see, when somebody's apologizing and they really mean it, you never put but after what you say. Like, that's a pretty big deal. Like, when I know if someone in the past has apologized to me, and they say but, or they say well, or there's certain words that are put after the "oh, I'm sorry," insert word here, and it just means that it's just like not sincere, and that you're not actually sorry, but you're just trying to justify what you did and just kind of push the situation to the side. So that's something I noticed that too. I'm gonna rewind that back just a pinch.
I still handled those situations badly, and I regret the way that I handled them, and I'm sorry for the way that I handled them. But I just want to make it really clear that I fully support transformative content. It's an amazing creative outlet, and it allows people to make a living off the internet in the same way that I've been so lucky to do. My understanding of what should or shouldn't be taken down on YouTube 2 years ago was not well informed, and I've tried really, really hard to learn from my mistakes and not make the same mistakes. And since then, I stopped allowing my MCN to take down videos on my behalf, and the only exception nowadays is when, let's say for example, I do a cooking stream and I want to re-upload that cooking stream on my YouTube. Because my stream is public and my VODs are public, people can also take that same content and re-upload it at the same time. And with the YouTube algorithm, usually this means that one video is pushed and the other is kind of suppressed because they're the same piece of content. And one person, like an audience, will usually not watch both because they're the same thing. So only under those very specific and pretty rare circumstances am I kind of forced to take down the duplicate content of mine. But again, this does not all apply to if someone's talking about me or criticizing me. That is entirely their content. I would never touch it. Sorry.
That contradicts kind of what she said, though. That's definitely contradicting. 20 minutes.
A bit of a nuanced topic, but I hope I properly explained myself and added some transparency to the situation. And if I have to clarify anything in the future, then I'll make sure to do that. Secondly, there was a recent incident where I was on stream and I watched a video made by It's a Gundam. And I made some remarks that I shouldn't have and that I'm very sorry for. And I'd like to provide context and then apologize for what I said. So the part of the video that I watched was him talking down on my fans, and he was showing some tweets that were very clearly jokes, but talking about them as if they're facts. I hope people know that tweets like this are a joke. In hindsight, I can totally understand how if someone was unsure of its legitimacy, it could be pretty upsetting to see something like this. I also want to remind people that I or any streamer does not want you to donate if you can't afford it. Everyone should always take care of themselves and their families first. And I try really hard to regularly say the same thing when I'm streaming as well. Back to the video.
Okay, one more thing about that is that 746. So, like, I'll be honest, man, like, It's a Gundam's a cornball to me. Like, the content's corny, and he's got this, like, new thing where, like, because he never, like, shows his face or whatever, or at least I don't think he does. He's doing, like, a 3D, like, model thing or whatever. And like, it's just corny, bro. Like, and the tweet right here was kind of like, I kind of don't like this about the internet where everything is like, you're supposed to accept it as a joke, even if it's like intentionally hurtful or has a malicious intent behind it. It's like, well, it's just a joke, bro. Stop being so sensitive about everything. The world's so sensitive. I could say, if I make an obvious racist joke, I've seen this, like, in particular, like, if I draw a black person and I replace their face with an ape, and people get on to me about it, and then now it's a joke, like, oh, it's okay, it's like, guys, you're so sensitive, it's just a joke, you know what I mean? Like, it's corny, bro. It's super corny. And like, I think I'll be honest with you, I don't feel bad for It's a Gundam in this situation, because he played himself. Like, you know who you're going for. If you already know she tries to take people's content down for talking about him, and you make the decision to go after her, then that's how you get played. I'm not defending what she did, but like, at the same time, if you know somebody's a criminal, or if you know somebody, I'm not saying she is or anything, but like, if you knew somebody was like a murderer or something, you're not gonna fuck with them. You're not gonna fuck with them, right? You're not gonna walk up to them and say, "Yo, man, I'm strapped right now. What the fuck you gonna do about it?" Like, you're not gonna do that. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. What's up, Kraken? Rice, man, welcome in, welcome in. Yeah, we're just reacting to this video real quick. Yeah, I just wanted to say that real quick. It's just the Pokimane Apology video. And it's just kind of corny to me. This whole situation's corny.
And I try really hard to regularly say the same thing when I'm streaming as well. Back to the video. While he had this joke tweet pulled up, he also had a very real photo of a fan with me at a meet and greet, and he was making fun of them and the way that they look.
Here we have this gentleman right here. This guy is totally alpha. So, this guy who looks like a Pixar animated character. Oh, God, I love this guy's face. He's like a gnome. Dude, he doesn't even have wrists. Good lord, he can't wear a watch.
And I've been mocked countless times for my appearance, but I understand that's part of putting myself out there on the internet.
Right.
It just felt so unfair to see that happen to an innocent fan who didn't write this tweet, had nothing to do with the situation, and so in my opinion just didn't deserve it. And I got really caught up in that feeling, and I was so bothered, and also bothered by people's potential perceptions when seeing this video. And I must admit, I reacted really poorly. This led me to making some comments questioning why the video was sponsored. But regardless of my opinion on the content, that's not okay, and I'll do better when sharing my concerns without having to comment on any part of the video that isn't the actual content of the video.
Not sincere at all, but
I want to sincerely apologize to both It's a Gundam and to the sponsor of that video for the remarks and comments that I made. I completely understand people's concern for going after someone else's livelihood, especially in a time like this. And I wouldn't want to see that sort of thing happen to someone else. I also don't want to see that sort of thing become a larger tactic or trend on YouTube. So again, I'm very, very sorry, and I'll make sure that in the future, if I am to comment on any part of a video, it's just its actual contents, not the sponsors, and also not to encourage my community or my viewers to leave any sort of negative feedback. I sometimes see...
Okay. Yeah, so just a super quick summary. It's a Gundam made a video, as you just saw, like, joking about, like, her fans, and made that tweet saying that her, like, fans give, like, thousands of dollars, and, you know, just making fun of them being simps and shit, right? And Pokimane actually reacted to the video and attacked the video for it being sponsored. And because of that, the people that were sponsoring It's a Gundam's video dropped them. And that's why people were mad at her. But yeah, like you said, the apology seems very discreet and direct. Yeah, when I was saying this earlier, but if you look at her face, it's very stiff. And there's a lot of buts and like justifications after she says she's sorry. So that means that she's not sincere. It's just a matter of, okay, this is probably a good time just to clear my name. Which I think this is a good move for her. She needs to do this because just to kind of put it all on the back burner. Apologizing definitely helps, even when it's not that good. But this isn't the worst apology I've seen. But yeah, we'll definitely get into it more.
A clip and a tweet circulating from the past where I've said the N-word. I believe the tweet is from about 5 years ago and the clip from about 7 years ago. And although I never said it with ill intent or racial context or the hard R, I still want to make it clear that I don't condone the use of that language. And I don't want my deletion of these things or my silence now to make it seem otherwise. I've commented on this in the past, but honestly, my statement or comments then weren't even good enough, even though people were very understanding. I just want to make it clear that I am genuinely so sorry if I hurt or offended anyone with what I said. I really wish I could go back in time and change the past. Unfortunately, I can't, but I do hope that my behavior in regards to language for the last couple of years and onwards will speak for itself.
Yeah, that was a really old video that surfaced. I guess it was when she first started streaming or something. It was a long time ago. But yeah, she was like, I guess somebody was saying something to her in chat. as she dropped the N word on him. You'll hear different perspectives. You'll hear a few things. As a black guy, I don't really care. You'll hear that, right? You'll hear, yeah, fuck that. I'm never supporting her content again. You definitely hear like two different sides of it. I feel kind of weird about this one because it's like I didn't know this when I first watched her either, but then I stopped watching her stuff anyways. And so I had heard about her during like the Fortnite like Myth times back when I was watching like Myth. And she would be on his streams and they had that little like fun thing like, are they dating going on together? I don't know. I just in this specific case, I don't know what to say about it. I don't fucking like it. Like, you can't say it around me. If you say it around me, like, it's over. It's just really that simple. I don't know. We'll get to that later.
There are some final points I'd like to quickly touch on. Although they're not as important as the aforementioned things, they are just topics that have been frequently brought up and kind of intertwined with more important criticisms. I've seen a lot of people talk about the way that I look recently. Just want to put it out there. I don't think I'm the prettiest person in the world.
Hey, how do y'all think she looks? I'm just curious, for everybody who's in here, how do y'all think Pokey looks? Do y'all think she's fine, attractive, decent, ugly, terrible, okay? I'm curious on what y'all think. Can we jump to 2021 already at this point? It's ridiculous. Everyone's getting canceled? Nah. I think people have to have some discernment between canceling and people doing the wrong thing too. There's differences. There's a lot of people that are doing fucked up stuff too. And then people are just tying it with cancel culture. So you have to be careful saying that, I feel like, because like I said, you have to know the difference between someone just doing something stupid as opposed to someone doing something racist or, you know, sexual or homophobic or whatever. So there's a big difference. But I'm curious, what do y'all think? Kraken, Pog, Rice, do y'all find her attractive? I'm legitimately curious.
But I think that's okay. Everyone's entitled to an opinion.
I want to remain loyal, but she okay, man. Be quiet. Do you think she's attractive or not? It's not saying you're gonna go after her. You're a man. You can look at a woman and think she's attractive, whether you have a girlfriend or not. Doesn't mean you want to be with her. It just means she's attractive, and then you go about your day.
As an online personality or content creator, there's quite a lot of pressure to look perfect all the time. And I feel like it's created a bit of a culture that is really detrimental to the self-esteem of honestly just about anyone that has social media. So I don't at all regret the no makeup streams or photos I've posted in the past. I want to make it really clear to anyone out there that it's okay not to look Instagram ready all the time, and that you can be perfectly alright with both the version of you that's more glammed up and the way that you look on a bad day. Both versions of you are perfectly okay.
True. Guys, you guys are thinking way too hard about this question. When you look at her physically, do you think she's pretty or not pretty? It's really that simple. Why are you guys making this so complicated? Yes, it's about personality is a huge factor because a girl can be fine as shit, and the second she opens her mouth, bro, I'm good. I'll pass. I know that. We know that. I'm talking about when you look at her physically. Does she catch your eye? Do you say, oh wow, or do you whatever? How does she look? Come on, man. Stop being like children, man. Y'all know. Gosh, either she looks a certain way or she doesn't. I don't care about her personality right now. I'm talking about literally her looks, dude. There's a lot of attractive, fine ass women that are garbage the second they talk. But I'm just talking about physical looks.
I personally made the decision 7 years ago or whenever I got into streaming that I don't want my personal life to be a part of my content.
In general, relationship stuff is stuff that I don't like to talk about outright. Because even when I'm single, like, imagine how many people would care, and then if I got into a relationship, even more people would be invested in what is going on in my relationship. And if I had a relationship, I would want it to just be, like, between me and that person, and not a million people giving their unwanted opinion and advice. And the thought of that just makes my brain move.
And that's just what I'm gonna stick by.
I don't blame her for that.
And whoever I'm dating at whatever time.
She don't have to.
Otherwise,
She don't have
for
to
me,
tell
this
people.
also creates a healthier divide between my work life and my personal life.
I agree with this actually. Like, it's nobody's fucking business where her dating life is like. Like, obviously the people want to know. Like, obviously people want to know who she's with, but also you have to think with Pokey, a large majority of her fan base is obviously going to be males that find her attractive, right? Like, it's let's be real. Like, even if we don't, like, I look at Pokey and I just think she's okay. Like, she doesn't do it for me. She doesn't have like sex appeal. She doesn't have like a charm. She doesn't have any of that to me. She seems feminine. That's nice. I like women that are feminine, you know, in nature, but she seems like a nice feminine woman, but like looks wise, nah, she don't do it for me. She would just sit at like a 6 for me. But I don't think it's anybody. She doesn't have to share her personal life, and it helps that she doesn't share her personal life because she knows that a lot of her fans. Soon, I'm not even gonna say it, but a lot of her fans really like her, right? And dudes can get this weird fantasy of like thinking they have a chance with somebody that they never will even see or never even talk to, right? It's like having a celebrity crush, dude. Like you may think such and such is fine as hell, but are you ever gonna talk to her? I mean, you never know. But let's be real, you're probably never gonna talk to her, right? Or ever see her or whatever the case may be, or never ever be able to shoot your shot. And so the way they can do it in their heads is by subscribing and, you know, getting her to say their name. Like, oh, you know, BigDonSkillz, thank you so much for the sub. And I heard about you. I heard a lot about you, Big Don. You know what I'm saying? But seriously, like, I feel like she does not have to share her personal life. And if I was Pokey, I would not share my personal life because she knows that her money is tied to her being anonymous about who she's dating. If she's even dating anybody. So.
Which is an area where the lines are already pretty blurred. I understand some people want to relate this to donations, but you could also argue that one can make a lot of money by publicizing the relationship or making content out of it, and neither of these things are wrong at all. I'm happy for others, whatever lifestyle they choose. I just personally feel like everyone has a right to privacy. I personally want to be able to experience my relationships without the scrutiny of an online audience. And if you disagree, that's totally all right. You don't have to support me or my content. React content is
okay,
very
I won't.
popular both on
Already
Twitch
done.
and on YouTube. Whether it's good content, bad content, transformative, or lazy is understandably up for debate. I can't say with certainty one way or the other. All I can say is that I do my best to engage with whatever content is on my stream. And honestly, oftentimes to the point of annoying my viewers.
Anyways, back to the video. Oh yeah, what I was gonna say, and it's not the first time that people have said mom. I saw, oh my god, that reminds me of
Cap and Bucky
so
have a brutal
cool.
fight, but Steve is
He pausing all the time.
His friend dies. Well,
the Tracer game, so
again, pausing Andy.
Some days it's just nice to have a chill, relaxing stream with your chat. Oftentimes I'm recording with Offline TV or other collabs or other influencers, and so being able to do that is a nice balance in content.
The problem,
or
though,
a nice break per se. After
the problem is that she was contradicting herself by having this type of content, which I don't like. I like reaction content. I do it sometimes myself, so I don't care about reaction content. I just think it was. It's just she's hypocritical to do what she did. You know what I'm saying? So these are like Logan and I made a severe conscious lapse of my judgment. That's what Logan Paul said. This I have made a severe conscious lapse of my judgment. What type of What type of I'm trying to sound smart answer is that, bro? That's so dumb, bro. I'll get back to the physical thing. I see you guys' comments. I'll get back to that after this is done.
Copyright controversy, I've been especially cautious of this. The only content I ever leave up on my stream, if I'm not actively present and engaging with it, is either my videos or offline TV videos. To end things off, again, I'm really sorry that this video is late. Despite my planned break, I should have addressed these things sooner, or I should have addressed these things as the incidents individually occurred, or better yet, the incidents shouldn't have occurred in the first place. I need to be better in facing things head on and just doing better in general. There was a lot of guilt during my time off, and it helped me better reflect on things. I have, of course, a responsibility to myself to take care of my mental health, but I also have a responsibility to all of you to improve and to just be a better example. So overall, I really do feel like I let some things get to me that I shouldn't have, and I hope that moving forwards I can just be appreciative of the amazing community I have and the platforms that I have.
I kind of zoned out for a second. I'm not gonna lie, bro.
I also want to add that I know criticism is bound to come in many different ways. I just really want to thank anybody that discussed any of these topics in a constructive manner. Reading your comments or thoughts genuinely helped me better understand my wrongdoings, as well as just further my perspective. So, thank you for listening. I hope I can do and be better for you all. Have a good day.
Okay. So now that is done. Yo, what's up? What's up, Jedi? YG sorry? Just from copyright claims and certain things over the past year. So, I mean, okay, after watching this,
And that's part of putting myself out there on.
like, this isn't the worst apology video I've ever watched either. I think it's good that she did this because this will help kind of push the shit away. You know what I'm saying? It'll help the people that are just annoying as hell all the time just kind of fall back from bringing it up. As far as the apology, I have not watched a single apology video on YouTube that's felt sincere. I can't think of any of them. If y'all can name me an actual sincere apology video, I'd be more than happy to approve of it. But like, this is kind of the same trend as any other apology video. It doesn't really feel sincere, and she often kind of says she's sorry, and it was all the same apology too. All the apologies were exactly the same, and then they were always followed up with like a but or well or whatever the case was. It was some sort of like justification after every time she apologized. That's where it's kind of like where it was really kind of weak. So yeah, she's done some stuff, Jedi. So I mean, it's not, like I said, I don't think the fact that there's even this apology videos out, this whole thing is corny, bro. So you had the Keemstar situation. She played herself because why would you even react to Keemstar? His sole purpose is to like, he's like the equivalent of like arguing with like a like Enquirer magazine. Like if an Enquirer magazine was just sitting in front of you and you just started yelling at it, and then all of a sudden it transforms it into an article and it's a magazine, dude. So that was kind of stupid, and she definitely played herself by trying to get it taken down. Like, you made the mistake by putting that out there, so like, congratulations, you know. And then like this is the one I don't like, because she literally bought him on the stream in front of thousands of people to try and like humiliate this guy, and he was just making clickbait content. So I understand why she felt a certain way about it, but it was just the way she went about it was bad. And that's where she kind of messes up. She didn't address some of her, like, she missed a few things she didn't address. Like, she didn't address those, like, stupid tweets that she had about, like, the differences between guys and girls doing stuff. It was, like, a really stupid tweet she did. She's had a few really dumb tweets, and she didn't acknowledge those in the video. So there is a few things she missed, even despite the fact that she had a cell phone and notes in front of her. So the apology is actually somewhat incomplete because she said some dumb stuff. But like once again, dude, like other than her saying the N-word and yeah, other than her saying the N-word, none of this stuff is even relevant to me. And to kind of go back on that earlier, I was kind of like fumbling my words when I wanted to say how I felt about it, but I just can't really rock with nobody once they've said the N-word, even if it was a long time ago. It just doesn't. I don't know. It just doesn't fly with me. Like I said, you'll hear both sides of the story. Where like, well, as a black guy, I don't really care. It wasn't it didn't have a racial intent. You'll hear that, but then you'll also hear people that are just like, yo, fuck that. So, I just didn't. The thing was is that this didn't already change how I felt about her anyways. When I saw the video of her saying it, it was a long time ago. I just was like, oh, okay. It's always cringy when somebody says it too. You can always tell like when someone does it. It's always insanely awkward, dude. Like, look how awkward it is when they say it. It never comes off the tongue right. Oops, I didn't want to add it to queue. Fuck this video.
Nigga, you ain't funny. That's not true. Maybe you're just boring as fuck and lame as hell. Cause only lame niggas say that shit.
Did I just hear that shit correctly? Did Pokimane really just say?
Yeah, so like, that's fucking stupid, dude. And, like, I get it was somebody in chat. I think this is like from a while back. I don't fucking know, but it's just this whole situation is just an example of like the internet focusing on things that like they're making problems out of things that aren't even relevant. You know what I'm saying? Like this Pokimane shit is so irrelevant. And like I just watched this video because obviously she's top dog and I feel like I should keep up with these people. Unfortunately, I don't want to, but like if people like Ninja and Pokey and some of these other big streamers say stuff, these are the people I need to like take notes of, write stuff down. I need to study these people because you know, I would want to be on that level one day, that echelon one day. And I'm not getting up to there by not studying the other people who got up to that point and seeing what they did right, what they did wrong, the advantages they have, the disadvantages I have, the disadvantages I have, the disadvantages they have. So, I don't know, dude. Yeah, it's How Etika cracked you up? Yeah. So, I mean, that's kind of it on her, man. There's really nothing to take from this, dude. There's literally nothing to take from this. It's only relevant because it's Pokimane, but like as far as real life shit, there's other things in the world we can spend more time focusing on. She doesn't need to be canceled or anything like that, but I say you go after the racists and people like that. That's where my passion is. People who say hurtful things to other people and hide their jokes and hide their racism within jokes and other stuff. But that's just me, man. But thank you, man. That's it for Pokimane. We'll go on and play some Persona here before I go to work. But yeah, I wasn't. Y'all ain't miss shit, bro.